Hi, it's Jamie here from the Line Zero team, and I've been getting a lot of questions lately around the metaverse, specifically around, is this the next big thing? And if so, I don't understand. I can't see how this ties to a business initiative or how I apply this to my business. And I think that for the large part is true right now, in that I don't think the killer use cases, so to speak, have been truly uncovered yet with the metaverse. I think that we're kind of in the state where, if we wanted to kind of rewind the clock and think about when electricity was invented, and I'm not to say that I'm not going to connect or relate the electricity to the metaverse per se, but if we think about when electricity was invented, I don't think anyone would have thought like a microwave, for example, would have been one of the downstream, beneficiaries, if you will, from the invention of electricity or invention of electricity, the application of electricity. And I think similarly, where we are right now for the metaverse, some of those killer use cases, it's still so early into what this is going to look like, how businesses are going to apply it, what's it mean for your business, that people are still kind of figuring that out. What I can say is the metaverse going to, kind of be an evolution or a revolution in terms of how we interact with other organizations, how we represent our brand to the market, those types of things. And I'm not quite sure. I don't think it'll be anything less than an evolution. I'm not quite convinced yet it will be an actual revolution. Is it going to be Web 3? Is it going to be as significant a change from Web 1 to Web 2? I mean, they wouldn't have given it the moniker of Web 3 without, believing in that. But I think, again, for us, thinking through how that actually applies and how to use it, it's still early to tell. We haven't the market hasn't matured yet in terms of devices. The market hasn't matured yet in terms of business to business and how this space interacts. But I do think it's going to completely transform how we engage with technology and how we engage with businesses and brands and our friends and our colleagues. And once the tech and the use cases kind of match up, I think that's when the time is going to be. And when we see early indicators of that, will be the time to figure out, what an investment strategy is going to be, how I can apply this into your business. That's not to say you couldn't start exploring early, thinking through, okay, what is something that I can do to make sure I'm abreast of the technology. I can begin thinking through how I would apply this, or at least get the concepts down, so that as I go through my day to day and something pops up that I can kind of relate back to that, I can think through, oh, this actually might be a really good application for this, or this might help me solve this problem. I think those are some good things to do and think about is, okay, how do we get early exposure to this so that I'm ready to consider how this might apply to my business? But kind of in summary, I think it's too early to tell what it has the potential to be, other than, it's going to be a big deal. It's pretty clear all of the investment the industry is making, and kind of where things are shifting anytime we're going into a technology that enriches your experiences with digital items. Always tends to be rather large, and it's always trailing in terms of what the actual impact is going to be. And in hindsight, you're like, oh, this is so obvious. Why didn't we understand this? That's where we are right now. So, anyways, the metaverse is real. It's legit, but probably too early to bet the farm, so to speak. And as the technology evolves, it will become clearer and clearer how that applies to our business and how we can actually leverage the technology.